What's going on, guys? Cameron back again from Attack on Anime, here to bring you the final review on Aokana episode 12. And this was the best episode of the entire series. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a season 2. At least I'm hoping there is. I don't know how far the visual novel actually went in terms of in relation to the anime. But I really hope there's a season 2 because this episode was too good. But I'm just going to jump right into it. We see Inui versus Asuka, the matchup we've been waiting to see for the entire time since we even met Inui. We knew they were going to face each other, and it was not a disappointing match at all. I thought that Asuka was going to get, blown out of the water, but Asuka came out and shows just how much she's been taking in. And I feel like she's been holding back this entire tournament because the way she was playing in this match, it was like none other match that we've ever seen before. She was all tactic. She was zigzagging around. She did not let Inui establish that birdcage maneuver that she let everybody else get on her. So she was just like, no, you're not getting that birdcage on me. I'm going to beat you. And Asuka actually starts pushing Inui to actually try. And she's having a fun time doing it. And Inui, during this match, is confused by her own emotions because she's actually starting to enjoy herself. And her second, who was pretty much her advisor, Irina's just like, Inui, what are you doing? You need to get your stuff together. Let's go. And Inui is just I'm having fun. She even smiles at one point during the match. And they're pushed into an overtime, and they have pretty much a 10-minute break. And during that 10-minute break, both sides are just like, all right, we're about to turn up, and it includes their balancers. And pretty much what both sides do is they turn off their balancers completely. Inui is pretty good at doing this because she's had time to practice it. But after seeing Inui do it, Asuka is just like, all right, I want my balancers off. I feel like I have to fly without restrictions to beat her. If I'm restricted and she's as free as she is, she's gonna beat me, no doubt. But I need to take off my restrictions and beat her that way. So Asuka takes off her balancers, and at first she's kind of struggling, but then she starts to take off. Inui can't even touch her. She's dodging everything. And I love how when they were talking about how Asuka was training, they skipped the training for a reason because they didn't want us to know how good Asuka actually got before this tournament. She was doing 3-on-1 dodging training before the fall tournament. So seeing her do all that explains why she was so good at dodging, and that's why I say she was definitely holding back during the rest of those matches because everybody else was not even half as fast as Inui, and they were still keeping up with Asuka. So yeah, she was definitely holding back. And by the end of it, Irina and Inui dropped their whole I want to be perfect act because they see what true beauty of flying circus actually looks like. And Kagami actually talks to Irina and tells her that if flying circus was meant to bully and dominate your opponent, then it would just be called circus. That's not beauty. Beauty is flying without restriction. And she says through this match, Asuka and Inui have evolved the sport. They've made it so that people can fly without restrictions, and other people are going to start taking note on what they've seen them do. So other people are going to try to start training without their balancers on. And that's why I say I really, really hope there's a season 2. By the end of it, it's literally a sudden death match. Whoever gets the next tag wins. And then, of course, Asuka pulls a flip off and gets the last point and wins the whole tournament. And now Asuka is the champion of Japan. So I really hope there's a season 2 that follows up, because now I feel like with that, you can go to the national circuit. They even hinted at, I think it was England. It was England or somewhere in Europe. I'm pretty sure it was England, though, is the birthplace of flying circus. So I feel like if you go on a national circuit, you can go to England. It could be the Olympics for flying circus. There's just so many things you can do with this because it's a sports anime. And you can push the boundaries even further because I'm sure there are other people outside of Japan that are even better than Inui, probably. And I just feel like exploring that would be really cool. And that's why I'm saying I really hope there's a season 2. This last episode has me so hyped. You can see me getting giddy just talking about it. It was too lit. And I just hope people are starting to check out this anime more and more because it was pleasantly surprising. Like, at the beginning, I was just like, okay, this seems like it can be decent. But as it was getting towards the end, I just feel like I got so invested with the characters. Even I like Misaki in this episode, and she didn't even compete or anything. Just seeing her hug Asuka and be so amazed and in amazement by Asuka's playing, and she's just like, I got scared of this chick and you just beat her. So seeing Misaki like admit that Asuka is essentially better than her is just another feat in her character development. You guys know I've always been saying how I want Misaki to have more character development, and she definitely got a little bit more in this. Yeah, guys, that's the final episode of Aokana for Rhythm Across the Blue. I could recommend this anime to almost anybody, and especially if they're into sports in general, because this anime does a really good job of showing the battle tactics, the training that goes into it, the drive you have to have just to even like come to compete, not even to win, but just to come and compete, because that still takes a lot of courage in itself. But yeah, guys, that's it until hopefully a season 2. But I'll keep you guys in the loop if I hear about a season 2 coming. But yeah, guys, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.